Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Wealth KC Short Take. I have a topic for Will. Will has a topic for me. Neither one of us know what's coming, and you're going to get our true and honest feelings on the topic at hand. So let's jump into it.
Yeah, so this was a chart that I found that I thought was particularly interesting. It charts the data of earnings per kind of segment of individuals, in this case, men specifically. You'll see bachelor's degrees are on the top level, and then high school diplomas and some college there in the middle, and then high school diplomas at the bottom in the yellow. The post I saw this from noted that the increase in earnings of young men without a college degree have kind of been ticking up over in the recent years, in the past 10 years specifically. And that kind of got me thinking, a lot of the people that I talk to, that I just meet in my day-to-day life, don't, they kind of have this idea in their mind that they need to be making over $100,000 or $250,000 before they go and seek out financial advice. But even modest increases in your salary in particular could require the use of you to go reach out to somebody and say, hey, what should I do with this excess money? Right. And it's less about how much money you make before you need financial advice, and more about, hey, how serious are my goals and what are my goals? My question to you would be, what kind of long-term goals should people be having in the back of their mind, where they should reach out to a financial advisor and then at that point say, hey, it's time for me to get serious? What type of things would people be kind of thinking about?
Yeah, good question. So, I obviously talking my own book a little bit here. I feel like just navigating, year in and year out stuff, right? Am I utilizing my 401k right? Am I utilizing my company match right? Is my health insurance in line? Is my debt to income ratio good? Am I saving enough money? So obviously on the day to day stuff, but I like the way you said how important your goals are, or how big some of your goals are, right? Definitely, we encourage people to be reaching out when it's time to purchase cars and homes and get married and things like that. Are times when some financial guidance can really, really pay off.
Yep. Yeah.
Um,
Yep. I definitely agree with everything you said there. And then most importantly, right, as you're getting those raises and income increases, as I know a lot of people, that I talk to have been, so a lot of my friends are recently graduated, but starting to get into kind of their mid-career years. And figuring out what's the best place to put that extra money that you're earning each month is definitely a great question that we love to answer, because there's a lot of places you can put that money. A lot of things you hear online will tell you where you should and what you should be doing with it. But sitting down with somebody that knows your specific financial plan and your goals and specific needs can direct that money to the exact right spot for your situation.
mhm. Yeah, what I take away from this chart here is there's a lot to unpack, right? And it's that you're
Mhm.
seeing just as good wage growth out of the high school diploma crowd as you are the college crowd, right? Over the last, let's call it 8 years, right? Since that
Yep.
little trial we had there in 2012, 2013, maybe is what it was.
Yep.
But maybe what sticks out to me the most from this is how no high school diploma is not declining.
Yep.
Some college is declining, bachelor's degree, it saw a really recent decline, not longer term trend. But I think that speaks to where the economy is at right now, right?
Yep.
We have all these job openings in manufacturing and all these service-based jobs that need filled in order for the economy to keep growing. Yeah, I know that there's massive demand for non-college educated work out there. You know how I feel about higher education and the juxtaposed, if you will, of do I pay for this? Is my ultimate salary going to be enough to warrant that? Do I know what I want? We see a lot of people come to us early career and it's like, I got a, you know, X degree, but I'm doing, Y. And it's
Right.
like,
Right.
dang, so there's a lot to unpack with this, but I love what I see here in that high school diploma, getting the wage growth that they deserve, because this is adjusted for inflation, right? So this is even Stevens.
Yep.
This is 39,000 in today's dollars versus 45,000 in today's dollars, if I understand this correctly.
Yep.
so they're getting the compensation they deserve for the work that they're putting in. But the demand is there for that type of work, and so there's a lot of opportunity there. That's a really
Yep,
cool one. I like
definitely,
that one.
definitely, I agree.
Okay, so after these folks get their college degree or get their high school diploma, um, Will knows, but Leah and I are in the market for a new vehicle, growing boys, and constantly shoving, 4 sets of golf clubs in the back of the Toyota Camry is not working. So we're looking to get a bigger car. So bouncing around on my bank, and I found this.
Wow.
What do you think, Will?
I think 15% interest is a lot to pay on a depreciating asset. I will just
Oh
say
man,
that.
I was shocked. So again, this is first time auto loan, right? So someone young career, maybe not making as much money, doesn't have a down payment, doesn't have a good solid credit. So put it into that, silo first. But man, 15% is a ton of
Yep.
money to be paying to borrow for, in your point, a car, a depreciating asset. Um, just curious what you would say as the director of financial planning here, if someone came in and said, man, I need a new car. I bought, I need, it's going to be 15%.
Right.
What sort of advice would you default to? Every
Right.
situation's different, but let's
Right.
look at from a 30,000 foot
Yeah.
view.
100%. Every situation's different. My first, inclination would be, have you shopped around at other lenders, right? Is there another place you can go to potentially find another rate? If they had said yes, and this is the, absolute lowest I've been able to find out there, then the recommendation is spend as small amount of money as you can as possible on this vehicle, because just the interest on this car, is going to get pretty out of hand pretty fast. And if you add, if you take 15% interest out on a $40,000 loan, right? I mean, that interest is going to be insane over the course of a, traditional 5 to 7 year car loan. So that my advice would be, get the, cheapest car you can find that's going to service your needs the best. But if you can hold off on getting a loan with 15% interest, definitely attempt to do that, because this is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I don't think I agree with you. I don't think we could advise anyone to buy a car at 15%
Yeah.
interest. There's got to be a way to delay or buy a car that's not as expensive. I did a little math. If you spend 50 grand at 15%, it's $625 a month in just interest. I think is
Wow.
some basic math there. So I mean,
Yeah.
just that's a ton. That's going to put a lot of pressure on you month in and month out to
Yep.
pay all the rest of your bills, let alone put a little bit of money in savings or invest for the future. So I was just shocked by this. I mean, that's just a really, really big number. And
Yeah.
I figured that's what you say. So
Yep. That is crazy.
yeah, wait around, folks. You might get another opportunity, or like save up some money and try to put a little bit down will help you. Or if you got to finance but you have free cash flow every month, make sure you're paying more than the principal or more than your minimum payment to try to get ahead of this. So thought that was pretty wild.
Yep. Yep. That is crazy.
Well, thanks again, Will. Thank you all for watching. How if you guys have any questions, and as always, shoot us any recommendations if there's something you'd like us to talk about. So, hope you all have a good rest of your week.